Good morning, everyone. Boker Tov. In this week's Torah portion, Abraham dies at the end of the Torah portion. And he dies in an old age. And the Torah says that Abraham passed away at a ripe old age. And then the Torah adds one word, V'saveya. And he was content when he died. Now we know that Abraham had a very difficult life. As a matter of fact, the rabbis tell us that he was tried with 10 tests. He had many trials and tribulations. He had many difficulties in his life. His wife Sarah was abducted twice, taken captive. He experienced famine in his life in Egypt, in Israel, and he had to go down to Egypt. In addition to that, his nephew Lot was abducted and taken hostage, and he had to go to war to redeem him. He was tested by God to travel away from his homeland to an unknown land at the age of 75 years old. He had difficulty with his second wife Hagar and with his son Yishmael, who had to be banished from his home. So how could the Torah say that he died content and satisfied? And the answer, of course, is that the measure of a person's life is not how many challenges or challenge-free their life was, because there's no life without struggle, without difficulties, without challenges. The question is if we could look back at our life and say that all the challenges had meaning and purpose, that we utilized them to the fullest, that we channel them in a positive direction, and that ultimately we accept the challenges of life, knowing that these are God's challenges for my life so I can fulfill my potential and overcome these challenges and be able to have a positive impact and influence through my life. And when Abraham looked at his life and he saw that his legacy would be one of righteousness and goodness, and that even in the face of adversity, he remained loyal and faithful to God and to his values as a Jew, as the first Jew, and that his descendants would carry on as we see till today, 3,700 years later. He was able to smile and say, I am content, I am satisfied. I had a good life, a life of goodness and meaning and purpose. And yesterday, we had a visitor in our community, one of the hostages who was released in January, Emily Damari. She was abducted from Kfar Aza at the age of 27 and spent 471 days in captivity. And she spoke about her horrific experiences and how she was taken captive and what she experienced, and how when the hostages came, they shot her and she was injured, her fingers were blown off, and her dog was shot. A beloved dog who she had for 11 years, innocent dog, was just shot by the terrorists. When the terrorists started to take her to Gaza, she said, please just shoot me. I don't want to go to Gaza. I'd rather die than be a hostage. And she endured the worst nightmare that any human being could possibly imagine. But then she said that they managed to get a little prayer book while in captivity. And every day she would recite Psalm 100 from King David's book of Psalms, Mizmor LeTodah, a psalm of thanksgiving. She would recite it 18 times, because 18 is the number of life, Chai. And she said that little psalm of thanksgiving gave her the strength to have faith and to carry on through the harshest circumstances that she had to endure. And she said, I found gratitude and thanksgiving for each and every thing that I had. That I had a fellow hostage, a friend of mine with me, that had someone to talk and share my experiences with. That one day I saw on TV that my mother was alive, because I didn't know if she survived, and I saw the protests in the hostage square, and I saw my mother. She said that was the happiest day of my life. And I found every day things to be grateful for and thankful to God. And I knew that God was with me, and I spoke to God every day. And that's what gave me the strength. And she said, at the end of her talk, I want to conclude by thanking God once again. And she stood up, and from memory, which this psalm is now her prayer, she recited Psalm 100. I want to read Psalm 100. A song of thanksgiving offering. Shout to the Lord, all the earth. Serve the Lord with joy. Come before him with praise. Know that the Lord is God. He made us, and we are his people, and the flock of his pasture. Come into his gates with thanksgiving, into his courtyards with praise. Give thanks to him. Bless his name. For the Lord is good. His kindness is forever. And until generation after generation is his faith. Let us live with this psalm of gratitude, not just on the Thanksgiving holiday, but every day of our lives. And know that even the challenges in our life are not here to make us bitter, but to make us better. Have a wonderful day.